One of the very common problems students have is that they give proper amount of time to study, they read the right books, but they don't seem to remember what they have learned for a long period of time. If you are in such a situation, then you have come to the right place. In this video, we are going to learn about the famous Feynman technique that is designed to help you learn pretty much anything, understand concepts that you don't really get, remember stuff that you have already learned, or study more efficiently. So stay tuned and watch this video till the very end. Albert Einstein once said, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." By attempting to explain a concept in simple terms, you'll quickly know whether or not you really have a good understanding of the topic. Let's quickly jump on to how to use the Feynman technique. Since the importance of this technique involves explaining the concept, you could execute it in a number of ways, including literally grabbing a friend or your roommate and explaining what you have learned. However, you don't always have willing friends at hand. Don't worry. Here is a simple method that just involves a sheet of paper. Let's get started. Step 1. After you are done studying or revising a concept, grab a sheet of paper and write the name of the concept on the top. Step 2. Explain the concept in your own words as if you are teaching it to someone else. As you are explaining, form an image of the concept in your mind, as visual study is the best and smartest way to learn. Try to explain it in a way as if you are teaching it to a 5-year-old. The reason is that while doing it this way, you will have to explain it in a language that is plain and free from any technical words. Look for gaps in knowledge. Review your explanation and identify the areas where you didn't know something or where you feel your explanation is not up to the mark. Keep a piece of paper with you during the explanation on which you can write about these not so good areas. Also note the areas where you had to use some technical words as you were not able to break it down. Step 4. Once you have pinpointed the weaker areas, it is time to make good the damage. Go back to your source material, your notes, the lectures, or the internet and revise or learn more about the topic to gain the best understanding possible. The final step, repeat the process. After you have identified the areas where you lack knowledge or had forgotten something and now have filled in that gap, repeat the process and see if you are now able to explain it properly. You want to repeat this process over and over again until you feel confident that you have a deep knowledge of the concept. Remember that when you truly know a particular concept, when you have got that deep understanding, your brain is in a better position to remember it for a long period of time. The person who says he knows what he thinks but cannot express it usually does not know what he thinks. Imagine this: a speaker comes before an audience of any size and he is not well prepared. The audience will quickly come to know about the lack of preparation, as the speaker will not be able to explain the concepts properly, or he may even try to fool the people by using technical language. The same is very true for students. You may also encounter a situation where you feel that one particular topic or chapter is really tough for you. But the reality could be that only a small area in that topic is problematic and not the entire topic. The massive advantage of using this technique is it develops an expert level of understanding. Your capacity to think critically about a topic increases. You will be able to retain what you have learned for a long period of time, and your teaching skills improves. The only problem that you will have here is the amount of time and efforts required, but the time you will invest here will be much useful later. So when should you apply the Feynman technique? I would strongly recommend that you use this idea when you have learned a powerful concept or memorized something big, but you are not very sure whether you will be able to retain what you have learned or memorized till the exam date. Using this will surely help you in that. Using this technique, you will be able to instantly pinpoint your problem areas, because they will be the areas where you either get stuck during the explanation or you end up resorting to using complex language or terminology. This is the idea behind the Feynman technique, named after the Nobel Prize winning physicist Richard Feynman, who in addition to being a famous scientist was also called the Great Explainer for his ability to explain complex ideas to others in simple ways. This is the second video on the smart study tips. If you haven't watched the first video on using the 80-20 principle in studying, be sure to watch it using the link in the description below. Hope this helps you in your journey. If you think so, give it a thumbs up by clicking the like button, and also subscribe to the channel to get the best tips and techniques right here on YouTube.